Hi, I'm Fight, and today I want to talk about the second week of the 13th block with my coach. I'm sick again, first of all. This week went okay, week 2, and then my son brought home a fun little cold that we all got, and now we're all sick again. So it looks like I'm gonna have to restart this block again, which is a bit of a bummer, but in the grand scheme of things, not a problem, right? What is 1 week out of 52 weeks in a year? And it's not like I did nothing, so this week I already did at least one handstand session, and I figure that on the weekend I can do a little bit of something, and then it's gonna be fine. So how was the week that still worked? I think it was actually pretty fine. I mostly worked on the back of the velocity that I generated in my intro week, which is what intro weeks are for, right? Um, some stuff did not go perfectly, but that's okay. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But most of the things that I did this week, I felt pretty okay with. Um, so if we're going for the first day, there was nothing super exceptional about the skills session. Handstand push-ups didn't go super well, but I don't care much about these in the beginning. And then, as you can see on the dips on the first rep, I didn't feel super well, and so I kind of skipped the bottom part and redid it again. Um, and that was fine. So 50 kilograms is pretty easy for me now. Um, so that was my top set. And then I did three back off sets with 35 or 40 kilograms, I think, before moving on to my pull-ups, where I worked from 16 and a half to 20 kilos, which I'm pretty happy with. 24/6 is not a personal record, but if you look at the 20 kilos, which are coming up in a second, I'm actually really happy with how they moved. I don't think that 20 kilos ever moved that easy, which is nice. It's just nice to know that, hey, we're making progress here still. And 20 kilos isn't so much, but I mean, it's a third of my body weight, right? On the second day, everything moved kind of easy. Squat, this is 135, moved super easy. Um, Here you have mostly a view of my butt. I'm sorry about some of the angles in this video. Um, but yeah, I I mean, this day at the moment taxes me pretty hard because it's just you do the hard low bar back squats, and then you do um 3 sets of like heavy RDLs, and then some assistance work, and it's just very taxing, even though on paper I'm not moving that much weight. It still hits me pretty hard. Um, but at this point, I can still handle it, so that's good. I do realize that, or I do notice that my lower back is something that I have to keep an eye on. I tried these poles with one leg, and that worked pretty well, so I'm pretty happy with that. They look pretty good. Um, I also put in a clip of my handstands from my warm-up for handstand push-ups, just because I usually do a little bit of handstanding before I go into my handstand push-ups, just so I get a feeling for them, and they worked okay that day. Um, I then did mostly supersets of the ring muscle ups and the handstand push-ups. Not strictly, but I just wanted to kind of save a little bit of time here. It does take me a long time to get in to the feeling of doing these handstand push-ups. They're not hard at all. I mean, I'm only supposed to do a partial range of motion, and this is the easiest part of the range of motion, but it is hard to get a feeling for them. So for my upper body days, if you look at like the first part where I do a lot of technique stuff, none of this is particularly hard, and even the hard bits aren't particularly hard at this point, or the bent arm bits, I should say probably. Um, the things that aren't so skill based. They're not super hard, but I do notice that it takes me a long time to get a feeling for those movements compared to something like a squat. And so these days usually take a little longer, just because the handstands take a lot of warm up, and even the front lever takes a little bit more warm up. Um, than say a bench press here, where I just put some weight on, put some more weight on, do a few warm-up sets, and then I'm done. On the bench press, I did 75 for 6 on my last set, I think, and I think this is in here, which is a PR. I'm not, it wasn't hard yet, so I'm happy about that. I'm hoping that we're continuing this. I'm hoping that I can go up to 80 in this block once I restarted and gained my footing back. And yeah, so I think, the only day that didn't go so well, that I'm not happy with, was the last one where I deadlifted. That was just because the top set of deadlifts didn't go super well, which shouldn't really matter. It's just the top set to see how you're feeling that day, and then you go in and do the real work like a grown up, right? It's not about how much weight you move. But still, if the top set doesn't go well, and on sumo deadlifts I noticed that I need a long time to warm up, then you're unhappy. And so 170 was hard. I wasn't happy with that. And I noticed that this set here, which is the back offset right after, it suffered from it. And then the set after that was kind of crappy, and then the last set was okay. So I feel like I just have to get over myself here and be a little bit more grown up. Anyway, I guess that's all I have for this week. I suppose next week either there will be a shorter video with like 1 or 2 workout days, or no video. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope we're back to our regularly scheduled program soon. And until then, I guess I see you when I see you.